Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to our toddler time. We're so glad that you could join us today. Now, we are in the second week of our Christmas, and so I have a Christmas book today that I'm going to read to you. Who will pull Santa's sleigh tonight? Now, we always think of reindeer as being the ones that pull Santa's sleigh, and over the years, but Santa's got a problem. And the problem is, we'll have to find out. Santa's looking for someone else to pull a sleigh because something happened to the reindeer. So you've got to wait and find out what happened to the reindeer in the book. Okay? Now, Christmas is a time we think of giving, and you don't have to have money to give a Christmas gift. You can give of your time. Time is something that we all have time, things that we can do. We can share something with a neighbor, or we can cook something and take to a neighbor, or we can rake their leaves or help them with the garbage or something like that. But it's not always about receiving, but it's about giving. That's what Christmas is all about, is giving to others. And like I said, you don't have to have money to do that, just giving of your time. Okay, so we're so glad that you could join us, and so why don't we get started with our book today? Okay. Who will pull Santa's sleigh tonight? Looks like the elves are getting ready. They're getting Santa's sleigh all ready to go. Christmas was just around the corner. The toys were wrapped. The lists were checked. Santa's sleigh was polished and ready to go. Let's visit the reindeer, said Santa and Mrs. Claus. As they approached the stable, Santa called out, "Hello, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen! Hello, Comet, Cupid, Donner and Blitzen! Are you ready to fly?" The answer was a loud, "Achoo!" Oh my goodness. You think they got a cold? Oh, goodness gracious! Exclaimed Mrs. Claus. The reindeer looked miserable. But they're all in bed and they got tissue and they're sneezing and they're feeling pretty rotten. Don't you feel kind of rotten when you have a cold? Yeah. And reindeer can get a cold too. And these apparently have one. They just passed it on to each other, didn't they? And they're all sick in bed. Santa rushed off to tell the elves. The reindeer are sick. Who'll pull the sleigh? He asked. We need a backup plan. Santa paced up and down. He scratched his head and looked serious. Get to thinking, get to thinking. Got to think, got to think. Oh boy, this is bad. What will we do? Then he had an idea. We'll find stand-ins, he said. Stand-ins? The auditions were announced. A large crowd lined up to try out. We don't accept bribes. Look at all the characters. Now, do you think any of those characters could pull a sleigh? We got a hippopotamus. Do hippopotamus fly? I don't think so. We got ostrich. Ostrich don't fly. They run. They have wings, but they don't fly. We got a bear. Do you think a bear can fly? And pigs. Hmm. Pigs that fly? I don't know. Boy, their performances were unusual. We've got the amazing McQuackers, the flying away hares, the happy hooters, the winged monkeys, and they're all trying out. So they were asked. Next, now, none was right for the job. Now I think I've seen it all. Look at there. An elephant with balloons on him flying up. Poor Santa. Oh, pull the sleigh. Got it, Santa thought. Santa went to his workshop, thought, he sketched, he thought some more. Then he had an idea. Let's see what his idea is. Here's my new plan, said Santa. There were a few grumbles and groans, but Santa and the elves went to work. They worked hard. They worked fast. At last they finished. We did it, shouted Santa. Let's show Mrs. Claus. It was the biggest idea Santa had ever had. Santa prepared for a test flight. Look at that, that's a big blimp, isn't it? Looks like a reindeer, doesn't it? And there's Santa's sleigh. The balloon went up, up. The balloon went pop. Then the balloon came down, down, down. Oh! The balloon was deflated. So was Santa. I'm all out of ideas, he said. I'll bring you a cup of hot cocoa, said Mrs. Claus. Santa sipped the cocoa. Ah, he said, this always makes me feel good as new. Santa and Mrs. Claus looked at each other. I have an idea, said Santa. Do you think? Yes, I do. She finished. Santa and Mrs. Claus took a big pot of cocoa to the reindeer. I hope this works, said Santa. There, they're serving all the reindeer. What? Cocoa. Let's hope it works. I feel terrific. I'm better. We feel as good as new. Best cocoa ever. I like the candy canes. I've got my bells on. The reindeer stopped sniffling. They stopped sneezing. They looked much better. They were ready to fly. Hot cocoa saved the day, said Mrs. Claus. Come on, let's fly. Everyone cheered as they flew out of sight. Hot cocoa for all, and to all a good night. Yay! So the hot cocoa saved the day, didn't it? Wow. And then in this book, there's even a recipe for hot cocoa. So if you'd like to come to the library and check this book out, we have it here at the library, and it's even got the recipe for the cocoa that Mrs. Claus fixed for the reindeer. Maybe if you've got a bad cold, you might want to try it too. All right, are we ready for our craft today? All right, now I've got just a cheap paper plate, okay? And I went ahead and cut out me a green Christmas tree out of some construction paper. Now, if you don't have construction paper, maybe Mama or Grandma can sketch you one off, and then maybe you can color it with a green crayon or marker or something. Okay, so we're going to take this, and I've got some glue. Now, I'm using the liquid glue today to make things stick better because the stick glue just really did not work very well trying to stick the cereal on. So I am just going to use my liquid glue today, like Elmer's or something. And then I'm going to put glue all over the back of it, and then I'm just going to stick it on the paper plate and press it down. And then I made a star. Now we know we usually put a star on the top of the tree. So I'm going to put a little bit of dab of glue there on top. And I'm going to stick the star right up there. How about that? Now, we are going to take some of our cereal. Now, you can use Fruit Loops, or you can use, this is fruit spins, just like Fruit Loops. And I'm going to take some and put out, okay? And they're pretty good to eat, too. And I'm just going to put some glue, some of my liquid glue, all over my tree. Okay? And just put it all over my tree, and then I'm just going to start sticking Fruit Loops on my tree. And you can do them any way you want to. It's your tree, and you're just decorating them with Fruit Loops. And we're just going to stick some on here. Okay, use various colors, like ornaments on a tree. Okay, and you can put as many on here as you want, or as few on here as you want. Okay. Now, it may take a little bit of time for this to dry. Okay, so you may want to just kind of leave it down a little bit so that the Fruit Loops will dry on there. Now, I think we need some packages, some gifts under there. So what I have done is, if you have construction paper, you can cut out some squares or whatever. But I also went and got some Christmas paper, and I thought, well, I can just use some of this Christmas paper. So what I'm going to do is just take a piece of this Christmas paper, and I'm going to just cut me a square, or like a box shaped, okay? And there's like a Christmas gift already wrapped, and we can put it under the tree. We can glue it. Maybe if I want another type of Christmas paper, I can just sort of take and longer package. Okay, so I took that, and we can glue that there, and then you might have all kinds of stuff. It just depends on how many Christmas gifts you want to put under there. That's up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to cut me up another square here, rectangle, and put it, and we're just going to put some glue here. Okay. Glue these packages down. And if you have some cotton and you want to put some cotton on here, like snow, it's your Christmas tree. You can do whatever you want to it. Okay, so there we go. Now we have made our Christmas tree with our packages under it. As I said, you can put as many or as few on there as you want to. All right, I am so glad that you joined us today, and I hope that you have a really fantastic week. And remember what Christmas is all about, the spirit of giving. Giving of your time. If you don't have the money to buy a gift, that's okay. Spend time giving to someone that might need your help in doing something, okay? All right, I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.